Welcome back. We're on to task 8 of domain 3, and this is all about being transparency. So we have titled it accordingly as Be Transparent to Enhance Decision Making. What are you trying to do? Provide transparency regarding work status, how, communicating team progress, work quality, impediments and risks. And why do you want to do that? To help the primary stakeholders make informed decisions. Roy, over to you.
Yeah, this is the single most critical thing. Transparency is so important. If you think about it just generically, if you don't expose the things that are going wrong and talk about them openly, you're not going to fix them. It's just that simple. You need to have the ability, the courage to say something's wrong, and you need to have your stakeholders with enough respect to accept that something wrong and help fix it. Right. This is a critical aspect in order to get better and deliver things, reduce risk, and deliver things on all kinds of good stuff. Right. So transparency is all about, this is the work that's going on. This is what's progressing well. This is what's not progressing well. This is blocked. These are the things we need help with. These are the mistakes that we made. All of those things, open, honest, blatant, brutal transparency. Now, obviously, that's not an easy thing to do. Most people have at least at some point in their career has been beaten up because of a certain level of transparency. So we have a natural human, behavior of not exposing the problems, right? We have fear of reprisal. That's not an environment that we want to have. We want to be able to say, messed up, caused a problem. Sorry about that. This is what I'm going to do to fix it in the future. But right now I need help fixing this thing. There's an old saying, bad news does not get better with age. We want to make sure that we are fixing our problems right now, openly, honestly. Now, if we're doing it that way, think about the benefits. And the benefits are, we have stakeholders that trust us. We have us as team members that trust our stakeholders because they treat it with respect. We know we can make mistakes, so we're unafraid. It's okay if we make a mistake. We're not going to get in trouble for it. Within reason, of course, right? You get the idea. It has to be ethical, but mistakes are going to happen. They're natural and normal. And actually, we encourage them because it's how we learn, right? We learn from our mistakes. Absolutely true. So we want to make sure that we have that environment of experimentation and learning built into our process. So as we're doing work, we can make those mistakes and learn from them. But the other side of it is, when we do make them, you can't hide them. You can't hide your mistakes. How do you make good decisions if you don't have all the information, the good and the bad, right? Otherwise, you're making uninformed decisions without all the information that you need, without the true view of what's going on. Your decisions are not complete. They are not well informed, right? This is a big thing for any organization. This is not an Agile concept. This comes from the empirical process control methodology. Transparency, inspection, and adaptation. Without transparency, empiricism ends. It stops, right? Back to you, Phil.
Lovely stuff, Roy. Thank you very much. With that said, let's take a look at one of Roy's decadent questions here. This may take a little while, so I'll give you about a minute and a half to understand the question, and I'll launch the poll accordingly. Thank you. See that chat. All right. Thank you very much.
It is a tough one, April.
All right. Is it a minute yet? Yeah. Okay. All right. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's end the poll and share the results. So rather polarized one. So Roy, you wrote the question. Help us understand the logic.
Think of the most agile answer, right? What is the most agile answer? What do we promote in Agile? Collaboration, give people direct contact, line of sight to those people that are asking for the work. Now, starting there, let's also look at some things that we can eliminate. Appointing a business analyst to function as a single point of contact. That sounds waterfall, doesn't it? Right? While we're not saying don't have business analysts, They're not the only people that should be part of it. Let's talk about the letter A, right? Ask the product to spend more time with the customers. Well, okay, it's not bad, right? We do encourage that, but is that really the answer, right? What if our product owner is part of the problem of the gap, right? So having more people involved is probably better. Now let's talk about C, because this one has kind of a good feeling. Sure, why wouldn't we put more acceptance tests? But here's the challenge. It says acceptance tests, not acceptance criteria, which are a little bit different, right? Plus, just writing more documentation is not the answer, right? It's about understanding. And how do we get better understanding, Phil?
By interaction, individuals and interaction.
Talking with people, having them directly involved, direct line of sight, better collaboration, get your stakeholders more involved. You're going to get better requirements. They're the ones who are telling us what they want. We're the ones who need to understand what they want. Right, Phil?
Great stuff, Roy. And on that note, we end that task and we'll move on to the next one.